What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you guys remember, at the tail end of 2018, I think it was like around the October time, I had made a video talking about this game is going to change my life. And I'm trying to pull it up right now. All right, about 9 months ago, right? And so I was talking about this game, Granblue Fantasy Relink. At the time, it didn't have a full official name. And so I was kind of testing it out, seeing, do you guys think this is going to be a game I should cover? Are you guys excited for this? What do you guys think about it, right? And the reception was surprisingly really good, right? So I kept up, right? So we had information that we're gonna get news at the end of that 2018. We did. Made another video. What is that now? That is like it's only 5 months ago. And again, you guys were still enjoying it. You guys were still hyped. It was still there. So I did a little bit of a third on it, right? Because I feel like Granblue Fantasy, I don't see it ever really talked about, but it is a big name, right? So the other day I tweeted, I was like, hey, you guys still excited? You guys, what do you know, what's the verdict still? And again, the love out of nowhere, bro, still there. So there has been some information that has happened with it. So I thought, why don't we take this time today to kind of read up on it, refresh our memory a little bit, even though it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but I feel like I don't remember that much, right? So we're gonna just review real quickly the information that we had gotten at the end of 2018, and then talk about this new information. So just for context, preview, whatever, Platinum Games, who was initially developing this game, which was kind of what got me and a lot of us hyped as well, no longer a part of it now. So we'll talk about that. Talking about PS5, there may be a PS5 release, because at the time, right now, we don't have a release date. They don't have a release date, so it's kind of unknown. So it's not, this game is not coming out for like the rest of this year, maybe 2021, right? So by then, PS5 is definitely going to be either revealed or out by then. So that's good. That's going to be interesting. And there's some other stuff. So let's start from the top and see what we had gotten at 2018, in 2018. So if we look at the first article, it was December 15th, 2018, when it was officially titled Relink. So it was just Project Relink. They just took off the project. So in that video, they gave us new gameplay and a trailer. So if you have not seen that at all, I will link or have my other video to pop up right now. You can watch that with me in my first live reaction on it. We're not going to do that right now. But either way, it's looking very good. You know, we have some screenshots here. Cool stuff. So I don't think this one says much. I think it's this article over here that says some stuff. So honestly, whenever I look at this, the main thing that they initially told us was about, one, the story is going to be following the mobile game a little bit. Basically, the characters are being pulled from the mobile game, and that story kind of is a continuation of it. You can unlock playable characters by meeting specific requirements as you progress through the game. Obviously, it's a co-op driven game, right? This game is meant to be squatted up with 4 people. Now you can play offline with 3 other AIs, but you know, the main appeal is that co-op ability. So what we're trying to go for with multiplayer is high difficulty quests that are unlocked after you clear the main story once, but you can also play low difficulty quests before clearing the main story. So they really wanted, like I said, co-op centric, right? You squad up, you have all these characters that have different moves, different kind of styles of play, and you take on missions. And you know, on this channel, that's a lot of what we like, you know, Monster Hunter, God Eater, things like that. So I'm very excited for this game. Streams will be fun. And one thing is to note what they say right here, they want to release it for Steam, PC as well, and they're also letting us know they have other PS4 titles that they're working on, so this isn't the only thing. So with that being said, Platinum Games, now that they're not a part of this, what's going on? So back in just February, we had a new article. They had an interview, because if you guys aren't aware, there's actually another Granblue Fantasy game that kind of the Relink and Versus, which is what we're looking at right now, were announced simultaneously in a sense. Whenever we got that big influx of news in 2018, at the end of it, they also showed us Versus. And so interestingly enough, Versus is definitely coming out within, I believe, either this year or next. So that one is way farther ahead of development, but that's for various reasons. It's a fighting game, so it's more straightforward, kind of what they want to do. And so that's the thing, it's been getting talked about more than Relink, and that's because Relink is heavier in development, right? So let's just go ahead and read through what this game information that they give us, because this is new stuff. So on choosing characters, as it is a story-driven RPG, that's good stuff to know. We want to make sure the characters are our most iconic, included Gran, Catalina, and the other characters that appear in the main story. So some of you guys out there, I know I do have some Granblue Fantasy mobile game fans and players. So this information is kind of more towards you guys, because I believe there is a large roster. It is a mobile game, kind of gacha style, so obviously there's a lot of people to pick from. But right there, they want to bring the most iconic into this game. But it doesn't stop there. On downloadable content characters are included in our plans, aka DLC, but details cannot currently be shared. We definitely know that our fans want more characters to appear in the console games, so that is definitely something we are considering. Good stuff. And like, I think it's cool because even if I'm not a Granblue Fantasy player, I feel like these characters are still cool enough that maybe I'm gonna look more at the mobile games after I play it. I get into it, I'm like, oh, I want that character, I want that character, stuff like that. Frame rate, they're aiming for 60, but may settle for 30 depending on the final visuals. Because if you remember that gameplay, which I should have playing throughout this video, it is definitely high quality of visual in terms of in that sense. A lot of effects, a lot of flashiness. I love it. I love it. So obviously PC version is, like they said, planned but not on release. So maybe definitely a PS4 pickup. But now that I'm squatted up on my PC, I might have to tap in on that. On unique elements, Granblue Fantasy Relink will be more accessible compared to Versus. We aren't really aiming to have something completely unique or bizarre, departing too much from the typical elements of RPG. We believe that overall quality will make the game stand out from the games in the same genre. Which, yeah, that's fine. You don't gotta do anything crazy. Just give me a solid game. This is like their first adventure or venture into the console market outside of just mobile games. So, yeah, bro, take it easy. Do what you gotta do. Let the sequel get crazy. Job changing. So I know, so in the mobile game, I believe job changing is a big thing. You can kind of swap out the weapons maybe for your characters. I'm not really sure. I'm not too informed of the mobile game, so bear with me. But anyway, it says job changes are not present in the game due to the immense amount of resources that would be required. Instead, those resources are being used to fully flesh out other characters like Catalina and Rackham, who have very different gameplay from the main character. I'm fine with no job changes because I think that should then affect how or who I pick as my main character that I really like, and everyone else following that. It should be based off what they do specifically. I'm fine with that. On release window, Granblue Fantasy Relink was previously planned for 2018, but is currently without a release window. The project became more and more massive, and Cygames didn't want to make promises on the quality, so it chose to delay the game. At the moment, it doesn't have a release date because we already delayed it once. We never ever want to do it again. Cygames, bro, they got their heads on right. Dude, I'm pretty sure the Granblue Fantasy mobile game is just printing money. But they're not letting it get to them, right? They want to prioritize quality. Bravo, Cygames, bravo. Simultaneous worldwide release. Standard stuff, good stuff. Cygames, again, got their heads on right, bro. I love it. And so here's where they talk about PS5 a little bit. So they say on releasing so late in the console generation, because like I just said at the beginning of the video, it has been quite a while since the release of PS4. That being said, that also means that the whole industry has stronger development skills on the platform. On top of that, the installed base is also much larger, bigger, whatever. Releasing on the latter half of the generation does have its merits, so we do want to take advantage of this timing. Since PS5 has not been officially announced, this is as of March, I think, or maybe February, this is that one. We don't know what's going to happen. Yet, if it does come out before our games are released, we might think of releasing on PS5 as well. That being said, in that case, they would probably have to be remastered versions. So interestingly enough, the way that we had an article, so I'm kind of bringing this back to the way that they're kind of talking about this. For all you care, these dudes could have PS5 dev kits, okay? And they're just saying that just to not spoil anything, right? Because God Eater 3, they had an article saying, oh, the devs were considering a Switch version. Next thing you know, bro, a week or a month later, they drop a trailer of gameplay of it, aka it was in development during, the main game's development. So aka they always planned on doing it, but they said, oh, well, think about it. So just them saying that doesn't really mean a whole lot. I interpret it as we're probably simultaneously keeping that in our minds so that it'll be an easier transition, or we can easily put that remastered version on PS5, aka maybe like keeping assets. I don't know, just planning ahead. Like, okay, we need to keep this for the PS5 version or something like that. That's what I think. And that's about it for this article. So let's go ahead and look at the latest one. This is May 7th. The time I'm recording this video is May 21st. So this is the absolute newest information we have on Granblue Fantasy Relink. So it says Granblue Fantasy Relink and Versus official PlayStation Magazine UK preview information tidbits. So I don't know. I have not read this at all, so let's kind of see what's going on here. The June 2019 issue of official PlayStation Magazine UK has a 10-page, wow, feature on Granblue Fantasy action RPG Relink and fighting game Versus, which shares a few new tidbits of information on each title. While Platinum Games left the project early in 2019, the bulk of what it built remains, including the level layout, character animation, and fighting systems. That's right there, bro. That's all we care about, because it's Platinum Games, because we already know that comment that we saw in the gameplay, Jesus Christ. Thank God it's still there. Each character has their own fighting style and is tied to a certain weapon or weapon type. Kind of expected that. The game progresses in a mostly linear fashion, but there will be additional activities. You can pick up side quests from the towns you visit along the way and come and go between them as you please, according to director Tetsuya Fukuhara. So in one of the new gameplay pieces that we got in the December kind of news blast, dude, those towns looked freaking clean. Sick clean, bro. Oh my God. Like, I can just see myself walking around there, right? Just looking for stuff to do because it was cool looking, right? And I don't know, sometimes whenever games are RPGs, you really need that immersion of a town walking around, not always fighting, right? So I like that small little addition. And then, so that's one thing we're going to be doing in towns, you know, talking to people in the town, getting some side quests. Maybe you go out and do some missions, you know, stuff like that. Oh, right there, I forgot to continue reading. Towns also act as lobbies where you can team up with other players online and take on missions. You can also play solo, with the rest of the 4-person party being AI controlled. Kind of touched upon that at the start. Regarding characters, Fukuhara said, we know there are many fan favorites, so we'll try to fit in as many as we reasonably can. It's not possible to match the roster size of the original game, which is the mobile game, of course, and the development team has its hands full deciding who makes the final cut. So again, kind of reiterating what they said earlier, but still some good stuff. So overall, I want to still gauge it. Y'all still excited? Who knows when it's coming out, honestly. It does suck that we have no idea, but, you know, I'd rather them release a complete game. So on that same note, I'm getting PS5 day one, bro. And, oh, backwards comp. I have no problems. I have no issues. Backwards compatible? What? I'm just gonna get it. Yo, play on my PS5. Yo, it's lit. It's freaking lit. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have seen the gameplay, you know, what are your thoughts now? Who plays the mobile game? I know I asked this in each video. I'm still curious. Still want to know, right? Let me know what you guys think, the mobile game players, you know. Tell me some characters that you want to see so we get an idea, right? Because for us new that don't play it, maybe, you know, help us out. So other than that, that's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to follow me on all my social media in the description below. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Lamp with the tape, I'm a legend in the room. JAMSQUAD chillin', now my homies bringing boom. Don't try to play the game without asking about the rules. I keep my cards safe, nigga, what you do? Pop it off easy, I'm not trying to snap your neck.